Doom 64, a cult classic Nintendo 64 game from 1997, is now available on modern platforms. Bethesda worked with developer Nightdive Studios to remaster the game, and it's never looked better. With full widescreen support and its frame rate increased to a solid 60 from the original 30, this is the definitive way to play the game. I've been a huge fan of Doom for as long as I can remember. I'm not joking, I played the original 1993 game on the computer when I was 5. I couldn't get enough of it, and I used to download all the mods and new levels other fans would share on the early days of the internet. However, by the time Doom 64 came out years later, I'd already moved on to other games. Quake was id Software's follow-up to Doom, and it brought us into a new generation of first-person shooters. It made a huge leap to 3D graphics, and when Doom 64 came out a year later using 2D sprites like Doom 1 and 2, it felt a little dated to 8-year-old me. I was spoiled by 3D graphics, and for Christmas 1997, I'd be asking for GoldenEye rather than Doom. Doom 64's art style definitely feels inspired by Quake. It's a little moodier, grittier, and more realistic than the original games. When Doom 2 came out, it looked almost exactly like Doom 1. Most of the weapons, textures, and enemies were carried over to the sequel. In Doom 64, we have a brand new, fresh start. All of the weapons and enemies are redesigned from scratch. The music in the game feels more like something out of a horror movie as opposed to the catchy, heavy metal tracks of Doom 1 and 2. I appreciate what they were going for with the more atmospheric music, but I definitely missed the synthesized heavy metal of the originals. I still get them stuck in my head to this day. In terms of the story, there isn't much of one. The game throws you right in with no intro, no cutscenes, no text to read. You click New Game and there you are. You're just shooting zombies and demons from hell who aren't especially fond of you. The map design and gameplay are similar to its predecessors, maze-like and very old school. It's a type of game you don't see a lot of anymore. While that doesn't sound flattering, I really enjoyed playing this game. Although it doesn't look like classic Doom, it certainly feels like classic Doom. It's brutal, unforgiving, and it allowed me to exercise parts of my brain I didn't remember I had. There are some moments, especially in the later levels, where you might find yourself stuck. You've killed all the demons you've seen, but you're still missing a key, or there's some switch in some obscure corner that for some reason you need to shoot instead of touch, like all the other ones, and it might take you 20 minutes to solve that puzzle. If that sounds frustrating to you, this game might not be a great fit. If you love that kind of puzzle solving, come on in, the water's fine. I also highly recommend making liberal use of the remaster's new quick save feature. With the press of a button, you can save instantly. I found myself using this after clearing each room, as there are quite a few times that you'll find yourself suddenly surrounded by enemies after picking up a key, or being unexpectedly crushed by a falling ceiling. Trial by error is definitely a thing in Doom. Although the original didn't have it, I would have loved to have seen a multiplayer mode like Doom 1 and 2's recent ports. Even if it was a bare-bones co-op mode or deathmatch on the regular maps, it would have extended the replay value a little bit more. The other thing is, unlike Doom 1 and 2, there's no level select if you want to go back and revisit some of your favorite maps. Hopefully that's something they can patch in a future update. Doom is one of those games I'm still going to be playing all the way to the retirement home. As a self-proclaimed huge fan of the series, I can't believe it's taken me this long to spend some time with Doom 64. If you have any desire to hop back into an old-school shooter, I highly recommend Doom 64, especially if you have fond memories of the original Doom.